So in this page factory method, what we will be doing, so what is page factory? Basically, page factory is a class which has static method called init element. Called init element that will initialize all the web elements. All the web elements. Okay, and find by is an annotation. Is a separate annotation to identify web element on a web page. So this is I would say this is an alternate approach to what we have used in without page factory model, that is by class, right? Okay, so either you can use by class or you can use this find by annotation. Alternate approach to by class used in without page factory model. Okay, and we have something called cache lookup also. So what cache lookup does is it stores all the web elements in your local cache, and if you are repeating that execution again and again, then your performance is improved with this cache lookup. And this cache lookup is only available with page factory model. So it will keep your web elements in cache memory. So performance will be better as compared to normal approach. As compared to normal approach. Okay, so now we will see how we are implementing this the page factory model. Okay, so let me go back to this Eclipse, and we will create classes in the same packages what we have created earlier for without page factory. So let's say login page factory. Okay, and generate commands. So let me close all previous classes, and let's say I am writing here this class what should I write? This class contains all the web elements for login page using page factory model. Okay, so what I have to do, guys, for implementing this page factory, so I will use @find by annotation here, @find by, right? And here instead of so let's say I'm taking the ID here, @find by ID equal to this, and then web element, let's say uname, and find by I will have to import from openqa.org Selenium support, and web element also I will have to import from. Okay, I can write this in a 2 lines also, so that looks more readable. Likewise, I can find another element id equal to password. So password is web element, let's say pass. Okay, then third is @find by, let's say clicking on the login button. So what we have for this, let's say submit login. So id equal to, then web element submit, let's say submit button. Okay, so likewise we will create your all the objects. Now what we have to do, we have to write the methods for this, right? So for methods we will be using the same what we have used earlier, like public void your enter user, and here instead of this I will just write like dot name send keys. Let's say here I am writing abc.com, public void, let's say enter password, pass dot send keys 345, public void click sign in. So for that we have to do submit dot click. Okay, so is it more simplified, right? It is more simplified, right? With, if you compare with the page without page factory model.
Yeah.
Yeah, so @find by is actually taking care of everything. So instead of writing that long line driver dot find element by dot id and then dot click, I'm just writing @find by id, and that I'm storing in uname. So remember we have used that line web element let's say un equal to driver dot find element. Okay, find element and then by dot id, and in that we are giving some values, and then in next line we are writing like un dot click or un dot send keys, right? So
Yes,
this all is taken care by this and then this. Okay, so your object repository is ready now. Now I will have to design your test cases. So for designing my test cases, I will again go to my this test case package, and here I will create my login page factory tc01. Okay, and here as of now I'll take the main method because you know we are not using the, what's the right thing, just give me. Okay, so now we will be designing the test case for login page factory class, right? So my test case would be to enter the username and password on that web page and then click on the sign in button, right? So my initial lines would be same like whatever we have used in your login page dot test case one. So I will have to set my WebDriver and then uh, initialize your driver, all that, right? So this all would be same here. So let me copy it here, and again we will have to you know, pass the WebDriver here, right? So 1 second. TC1. Now what we will do here, we will write one method called page factory dot init element, and this will give you 4 suggestions. Okay, and we will take the last one wherein we will have to pass driver and then object page. Okay, so driver is nothing but your web driver, and object page is your uh, login page factory dot class. Okay, and then this we have to save in your uh, login page factory object. So let's say login page. Okay, so what this is doing, we are using this page factory class of that Selenium WebDriver, and which is actually initializing all the web elements, and that all those web elements are stored in this login page object. Okay, and with the help of this, I can call the methods present there. So login page dot enter username, login page dot enter password, login page dot sorry, click sign in. Okay, is it making sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is page factory is a class of the WebDriver, and using this init element method, right? So we discussed about this, right? So page factory is a class which has a static method called init element that will initialize your initialize element. Basically init element is a acronym for initialize element. So this will initialize all your web elements, and find by anyways that we have used, right? So identify the web element on a web page. Okay, and here we have to pass the driver and that login page factory class. So what it is doing, it is actually converting this class into bytecode. Okay, so login page factory is a class, and this class contains all the web elements for login page using page factory model. Okay, and using this login page, I can call all the methods and then I can access them. Okay, so let's try and run this now. What are we good to progress, or is there any issue? So let's see. Yeah, all good, right? We clicked on the
Yeah.
user. We send the username, we send the password, and then clicked on the sign in button, and then we are getting this error, right? So here you don't have to pass the WebDriver, and then you don't have to create the constructor, etc. Everything is taken care by this page factory class of WebDriver. Okay. Now I can make this parameterized also, as in like I have given the hard coded value here, so I want to make this parameterized. So instead of this, I can write like name string name, and then pass string password. Okay, I think we are using the same name, so let me differentiate here. Okay, and here I can pass some name as in abc@123.com, password 123456. Okay, so I have parameterized now, and then I am passing those values. Let me close all the previous instances. Let it be there because we have to locate further elements. Okay, and if I run this, okay, seems this account was there, so I could log in. Not sure how, but this account was there. Okay, so understood, right, guys, how we are doing this?